Peace and love, family.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
And welcome to Candid Conversation, where we discuss topics that are not always popular, but
important, very much important.
Yes, indeed. I am King George, one half of your dynamic duo.
Yeah, I think I need you to turn it up just a little bit, sir.
Just a little bit?
Just a little bit.
Okay. And again, welcome to Candid Conversation. We are delighted and happy, super excited for y'all to be here. If this is your first time, welcome. For our day ones, welcome back. We appreciate the support. But yeah, happy Sunday. We're gonna get into it.
Yeah, how's your day been so far?
It's been all right.
It's been all right?
Yeah, it's getting better though.
We got some sunshine out today. It was really nice.
Yeah. It wasn't too
It
cold.
wasn't too bad.
Yeah. But yeah, again, I am one half of your dynamic duo, King George, aka Mr. Knowledge is Power. And if you don't know who this is my beautiful and intelligent queen, the one and only, my one and only.
Oh, thank you. Dr. Natalie Nicole. Hello, everybody, and happy Sunday again.
Yes, indeed.
And the new year, honey.
Happy New Year.
And the new year. Yes, the first Sunday of the month in January 2026.
That's right.
How about that?
That's right.
All right. So you ready to get into this tonight?
I'm ready to get into it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be a great show. As always, make sure you guys, tackle the comment section. We appreciate it.
Yes.
We love to get feedback.
Yes.
We love to learn. We love to grow.
Yes. And we've been, every day I think we're learning something new.
We are.
Right? Yeah.
Or we should be.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking personally.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We're learning something new.
For sure.
And iron is sharpening iron, because when you learn things, you go ahead and whip it out on me real quick.
Well, I don't know if I whip it, but I like to share it. I like to share it with my queen.
Listen.
So we both can be in the know and be
yes.
informed.
Yes. And so,
but yeah, that's what we do here.
Right. And so it's a pleasure because we do have a growth mindset now, so yeah. Hopefully that's the type of people we are attracting as well. Not easily offended, but open to learning something new and stretching your mind to understand something new.
That's right. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get into our quote for today.
All right.
If you don't mind.
I don't mind, sir.
And I hope you guys had a great, New Year's celebration, to bring in a new year. And I hope you have set goals, not just for the new year, but you should set goals every day. But I hope you have set some goals that are attainable.
No, I've done away with all of that.
Yeah.
Do you still do New Year's resolutions?
I don't.
I noticed you had some black eyed peas and some green on your plate the other day.
Well, give us some context now. Give us some context. That was not about New Year's. It had nothing to do with New Year's.
Listen, I was tracking him in my brain. I was like,
don't even try
okay,
it. Don't
it's
even
in
try
there.
it.
It's in there. You can't even help it.
Do not even try it.
Oh, man.
But yeah, but to those who do have the collard greens and the black eyed peas, hey, by all means, do you. But that's not why I had it on my plate. But,
yes.
Nevertheless.
Yes. So what you got for us today?
What I have for us today is a quote from Kwame Nkrumah.
Okay.
Which says, "I am not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me."
Ooh, that's
and I'll
nice.
repeat that. Yeah. Kwame Nkrumah. I am not African because I was born in Africa, but because Africa was born in me.
Okay.
Yeah, so chew on that.
That's deep. Yeah, you got to let that marinate in the spirit a little bit. That is wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay.
And Kwame Nkrumah, he has done a lot for Africans and African history and African people in general. So if you don't know who he is, definitely do your due diligence.
I feel like as a culture, we still trying to figure it out. Some of us who actually, care about certain things, like, I think it's Dr. Umar, he calls us American Africans. We say African American, and then we have Black. Like, we have all this terminology, that we go by. Of course, we know that it's just a way to organize and compartmentalize things, but African, right? The way Dr. Clark, Henrik Clark explained it, is that a person has to belong to a region.
Right.
Chinese, China. Japanese, or how you say it, Japanese, Japan. And so on and so forth. So, some people don't care, some people do, but just to note it. Okay.
And you know, for a while there, I would say we shouldn't refer to our people as black.
Mm.
But I have since learned
Oh.
that in ancient Egypt, black was not a negative term.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually something positive. And if you do the history of the word,
Yeah.
because a lot of history we of course we know was rewritten.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go back into your history on ancient Egypt and what black meant to them, that's what I apply black to for me also.
Okay.
Based on that meaning, and we have to put that in the chat at a later time because I did have it saved, but it might take me a while to find it. But yeah, so it's not a negative connotation that's associated with the word. It wasn't meant. Now it was rewritten.
Now, how many of you all in the comments? How many of you feel like it's a negative connotation? I know that white America or whoever has given it a negative connotation, but for me, I personally just feel like the color black, like this is black. It's not a representation of what we look like. So why call ourselves that? You really can't put a color to it. Well, some people say brown people, so that might work, but
yeah,
black is not necessarily what most of us look like. Not this color.
Yeah. And then too, in history, back in the days, people weren't referred to by their color. That's something new that happened years and years and centuries later.
Okay.
People were referred to by either whatever nation they came from, whatever tribe they came from, but it wasn't, nobody was referring to black, white, brown, none of that. So yeah, that's something that's just been put in our faces.
And you think about it, if you go back to the old days, right? When they say whites only, blacks only, it's clear and to the point.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't have to try to figure out what they're trying to communicate.
Not at all.
Simple communication too.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so what we're getting into today, we got 3 different areas we want to talk about: politics, education, and community news.
Right.
And so, where would your heart like to start?
So I would like to start at community news.
Community news.
Yeah,
Awesome.
let's get into some community news.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Okay. And why community news?
That's just where I choose to start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No particular
No.
feeling, no conviction in there.
No conviction. But yeah.
Okay.
Community news.
So, my first thing for community news, of course, this is January.
My notes.
Yeah, this is January, and so MLK's birthday is on January 19th, and that's a Monday this year, and so I'm sure. Well, is it still a federal holiday?
It still is.
How today?
Yeah.
The fact that I even have to ask. But I thought I thought I heard that some of these holidays had been shut down.
Well, what holidays are you referring to?
Like the ones that are African American. Like especially MLK.
Yeah, it's still observed as a federal holiday.
Okay, good.
But as far as other holidays, I'm not sure. It's been a lot of speculation. It's been a lot of rumors and hearsay about, but I'm not sure. So I don't want to put it out there.
It's a
which
shame.
ones have
yeah,
been.
that we're even having to speculate or guess at this point. But we
understand
know his birthday is Monday, January 19th this year. And so usually there's a lot of things that go on in the community.
Right.
I know the Jazz Society has events planned for music, to celebrate his birthday.
Yeah.
And then there's breakfasts, or just one.
Just one.
Yeah,
that I know of.
That's coming up.
Yeah.
And a lot of things in the community. So we're excited to honor MLK this year.
Right. There's a prayer. There's also a breakfast, like you said, that's coming up.
Okay.
And there's also a march, if you didn't know. There's a march that's happening in Columbus. So if you want to be a part of that, I did have the information. Let me see if I can find it real quick. But yeah, this is
that march, honey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is done in Columbus every year. We participated not last year, right, but the year before last.
The year before.
Yeah.
It was very nice because they had the babies from the school there, the art school, performing and singing, and they did a wonderful job.
They did a great job. So if you didn't get a chance to see that, hopefully this year you can make it and check them out, and you will be you'll be pleasantly surprised. Or you won't be disappointed.
Right. And shout out to the Jazz Society as well, because I do believe that they, sponsored that event.
Right. So it says, let me see.
while you look for that,
Okay.
I also want to highlight that on February 26th, no, I'm thinking about my daughter's birthday. On February 7th,
Okay.
we're having the Role Model Academy, while you're looking, Role Model Academy of Arts. It's going to be at Warehouse 9. The red carpet will be from 5 to 6. And then the doors will open and the event will start promptly at 6 p.m. So we're super excited for this year's honorees. You know, people that are considered role models throughout the community. And that means they lead from a place that can be imitated, okay? Publicly, in our community, in our churches, and leadership and jobs. And so we're super proud of the list that we have this year, and we're excited to honor them on February 7th. So if you have not gotten your tickets, make sure you get your tickets. Early bird tickets are available now until January 14th, and then the price will increase. It will be a night of formal dining as well as formal dress. Black and gold are the colors, and we will hope to have live music. And also something else, a professional photographer, and it was going to be held at Warehouse 9, right off of 10th and 9th Street. Did I get it right?
Yeah, I know it's off 10th.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what that side street is, but
Yeah.
it's definitely, it's in the Liberty District, right across from the Old Tom's or Lance. So yeah, if you know exactly where that area is, you should know where Warehouse 9 is.
Yes.
But if you don't know, let me just give the address real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, the address is, let's see.
I know it's like 9/20th something.
Yeah, I thought I had it. Imagine that.
Did you find your other?
Yeah, I
Oh,
found
okay.
both. So,
Okay, awesome.
yeah, the address is 920 9th Street. Yeah, so you were right, 9th Street and 10th Avenue.
And 9th Street, okay.
920 9th Street, Columbus,
Okay.
Georgia, 31901. Yeah, it's going to be a great event. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be
yes, Chef Derek.
formal. Yeah, shout out to Chef Derek. He did an amazing job for us.
Food is going to be amazing.
Yeah, you don't want to miss it.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Yes. And yeah, so we're super excited about that. You found your other?
Yeah, so it's Saturday. Let me make sure. Yeah, Saturday, January 17th, 2026, downtown on, it's called the Walk of Unity is what it's called.
Okay, and that's Saturday, what day?
Saturday, January 17th.
January 17th, okay.
And then the 40th annual MYK breakfast will be that following Monday.
Okay.
So it's a lot going on that weekend. If you can't make one, hope you can make the other. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to it, whether we make one or both. We're gonna try to make sure we get in there and show love and support.
Right. Okay.
But yeah.
So the other thing I want to talk about in our community news as well is keeping up with the principles of Kwanzaa. So I highlighted the one that I wanted to talk about and just kind of share, because again, I am very disappointed that I did not see it as widespread as it should be. And we're now in 2026, but in 2025, you just, with all the technology and with all of the education and things that's going on, I just would have expected that more people were aware of it, and then also more okay with like highlighting it and sharing it. So the principle was the last principle of the year for January. It started on January 1st, which is Imani, and that's faith, is to believe with all our hearts in our people and our parents, our teachers, our leaders, and the righteousness of our struggle. So I just want to continue to speak that language. It's like being in a classroom. People need to know the language in order for it to, become familiar. That and other things that we talk about, I think we need to take time, to share it.
To share it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And shout out to everybody who showed up and supported our second annual Kwanzaa celebration and parade. We had a great time. It was all about Kwanzaa and the history of it and the principles of it.
Right.
So if you didn't get a chance to attend this year, next year, get your tickets early. It was a packed house, standing room only. We had a great time. So
right.
Definitely appreciate those who support. But yeah, Kwanzaa is definitely great principles to live by.
Every day.
And
not
it's something
just,
it's something we can call our own as a
Yeah.
people. So I'm excited about that too.
Yeah. And so in every day, and not just during that time.
Yeah, 365.
Yeah,
Listen,
there are
we're
principles
thankful.
we can apply every day.
Right. We're thankful for Black History Month, but we need Black History Year. You know what I mean? It needs to be 365.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got a little juicy topics. I think I switched places with you this time.
Oh, okay.
Because you know,
what you got?
You know how you used to drop it on me about topics that's going on in the community. So this is outside of the community, but this is the church community.
Okay.
And this is the Pastor Jamal Bryant.
Yeah.
And his beautiful wife, Pastor Dr. Carrie Bryant.
Yeah.
So, of course, we saw the headlines, we saw the news, we saw the dresses, we saw the dress.
Can you give our folks some context who haven't seen it?
So let me unfold now.
Okay.
We saw the things that were being said, and you know, I'm like, I can scroll, I can read stuff, I can scroll, and I can keep moving on. It wasn't. So let's go back. Okay. So yes, you're right. Okay. So they were going to the UNCF.
Yeah.
It's a fundraising event.
Yeah.
Where she was invited to be the person to say the prayer.
Okay.
And as her husband said, she prayed the house or heavens down, or however he put that. So the dress was not nude. Of course, anybody with common sense could see that. But it gave the illusion that she was nude. And so it looked like a lingerie material in certain areas with illusion of nudeness, and then it flowed into a beautiful gown part at the bottom.
Okay.
So there's all these different comments, different thoughts, you know, she's the first lady, she's a pastor, she knew better, she this, she that, you know, all of that I just scroll through, because in this day and time, you know, people wear what they want to wear. It's, to me, it's getting more and more out of control. Now, I do not believe that you should be in the pulpit or anybody's church with all of everything showing, your figure and every little crevice on your body showing. I don't believe that's necessary. I do believe it's a distraction. That's my personal opinion. However, I don't care about, you know, what people necessarily wear. Like, she's not my first lady, and I don't go to her church. So that means I'm not necessarily going to put myself under someone who I don't agree with how they conduct themselves or carry themselves, or that we don't share the same values. So I didn't really care to comment, but where I did, where they reeled me in, is when the pastor got up there for New Year's service to demean and dismiss and ridicule people who had things to say on social media. Not their pulpit, not in their churches, but they were in the privacy of their own home or on their cell phone making these comments. But he felt the need and the authority to stand in a pulpit and then say, you know, you ain't been nowhere, you don't know nothing, you insecure, you jealous, bad body, all these different things and so many words that he was saying about the people who had something to say about what she had on.
Yeah.
Now, I want to get your thoughts on that, but I also, from a husband's perspective, right? Because so many people are saying, oh, he defended his wife. Oh, if, you know, my husband don't defend me like that, don't send him my way. And kudos to him for defending his wife. And I feel differently about that as a wife. I feel differently about that. But what do you have to say?
So, for me, we talk about representation.
Yeah.
So, as a husband, when I step outside, I represent my wife, vice versa. When she steps outside, she represents me. So, that's the mindset I have. Now, in reference to what happened with them, I didn't feel like, I felt like what he did wasn't right as far as getting in the pulpit and addressing it. And then too, when you're a public figure, you're open to public scrutiny public
that part,
opinion.
you absolutely knew that.
Yeah, so you can't be in the public eye and not. So it's two parts to it.
Yeah.
You're a public figure,
Yes.
and then there's public opinion. So
Right.
you can't be in the public eye and not deal with the public backlash
Right.
that comes with it.
Right. Scrutiny, as they call it for the elected
Yeah.
officials.
So that's what it is for me. Yeah. And then especially being a first lady, you should not. That's not the example that you should set for young African American young ladies to carry themselves. You know, it's one thing if it's just you and your husband and it's somewhere private, but you're in the public eye.
Yeah,
So,
and so I think
I don't agree with it.
There's a time and a place for everything, right? There's a time and place for everything. So if you on a cruise and you want to,
no, it ain't even
Listen,
appropriate on a cruise.
Oh, please! If you
No.
want to do the most on the cruise because it's what your husband purchased you and that's what your husband wants to see you in, then have at it.
No, I disagree. But go ahead.
Really?
I disagree
Honey.
because you're still a public figure and you're a man of the cloth.
Oh my!
You're a man of the cloth,
my.
and you're a woman of the cloth. And we all know there's certain expectations that comes with. Now listen, if you're an NFL player, nobody gonna really care about what you and your wife are wearing out in the public. But if you're a pastor, on the other hand, not only are you a pastor, but you're a public
What about
figure.
at the beach?
No.
Honey.
No, how the lady say we're gonna cover up, right? That's just my opinion. I don't believe.
How you doing, Dr. Purnell?
I am Dr. Purnell.
How you doing, beautiful?
How you doing?
How you doing, Miss Atkins Hughley? How are you?
How y'all doing? Welcome to Candid Conversation.
Now that's where.
Please chime in.
Now, so again, I will say there's a time and a place for everything. So at the beach, I don't expect for them to be in bikinis and all of their body parts showing, but I don't expect for them to be in pants and a sweater either.
No,
so
I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But there's dignity. There should be dignity in everything you do. Like, you can still be classy, and if you choose to be sexy, there's a way to do it.
That part.
Without being over the top.
That part.
And then again, you have to realize the position that you're in. Like, you don't expect to see President Obama and his first lady somewhere half naked. You don't expect to see that. On the other hand, you do expect to see it.
They might go to Hawaii somewhere and get them an island and do that, honey.
But again, that's private.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's one thing when you're in the privacy of your own home or in the privacy of your own area, and then you have somebody like paparazzi sneaking in there snapping pictures. That's one thing.
Right.
But when you're parading around and you're in a public event, a formal event, you know what I mean?
And I was looking, like, as I was
okay.
looking at the pictures and, like, I was looking at what the other women were wearing, none of them, like, everybody was dressed with dignity and class. None of them had on that type of dress. But again, it speaks to the fact that he said he purchased it, he liked it, it's his wife. And this is the second go around because the first wife had on something similar as well. So he has a type on what he likes for his women, his wives to wear.
That's fine.
And I imagine, to me, it's just screaming, look at me, and attention. And that's the wrong, in my opinion, motive to have. And I do remember teaching a class on modesty before. And as a woman, when you look in the mirror, you're deciding, am I trying to look sexy? Am I trying to look businesslike? Am I trying to look whatever? You decide before you walk out of your bathroom, room, house, things of that nature. So she knew exactly what she was doing, and so did he. So to sit here and just pretend like, oh, you know, the backlash from it is a surprise, they know better. And that's what I mean by both of them know better.
Well,
they know better. They know that it was going to bring attention, and they also know that it goes with the territory.
Well,
so for him to sit up there and just talk bad about people as the pastor, that's the most distressing thing for me.
Yeah. So
she says, "Thank you, George."
Yeah. You're welcome.
Oh gosh, but that's the most distressing thing for me, is that you don't get in a pulpit and, you know, treat God's people any kind of way.
Or people in general. Period.
Yeah, because in my opinion, you have stooped to whatever level of the people that was saying whatever they were saying. And they was probably saying the right things. You just don't agree. So it's just very inappropriate.
Yeah.
And it's just very sad that at this point, who holds those type of people accountable?
Well, they were trying to. That's what the public was trying to do. That's what the public was trying to do.
Oh my goodness!
But they were shot down by Mr. Bryant, and there's no disrespect to Mr. Bryant and his wife. Shout out to the Bryants.
Yeah.
But again, there is a certain responsibility. They say heavy is the head that holds the crown,
Ooh.
or that wears the crown.
Yeah.
So when you're in a certain position, there's certain expectations that comes with it.
Period.
So that's
and it don't
that's
have
all I
to
would
come
say
from
about
a
it.
place of hating or jealousy or insecure or bad body. All these different things he said, that you would need to be in order to have those opinions. Like, that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And that is manipulative. And that is not what the church is about. And so that's what I'm most disappointed about, is that how he responded.
Yeah.
And then you have people, because these people are thought leaders, they influence other people. And then you have people like Ricky Smiley, who then tell them, have several seats, sir. Have several seats. Because guess what? I ain't going to go there, but that's inappropriate. Yeah.
So if y'all have seen what the First Lady wore,
and it's a beautiful dress.
What do y'all think?
It's a beautiful dress.
I wouldn't go there.
I
wouldn't say
listen,
that.
In modeling and fashion world and runways and things of that nature, I appreciate beauty, period. But again, there is a time and a place for all of it. I've seen less. We've seen less.
Well, it's like you said, it's a time and a place.
Yes, but there's a time and a place for it all. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, and I'm thankful for the way you carry yourself.
Oh, well, thank you.
When you're out there representing King George. I appreciate it. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you to my mama and my daddy.
Thank them both. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
But heavy is the head. I'll just leave it there with that.
Yes, and then, I'm going to put in the comments later, because since Dr. Purnell is on here, I just remembered that she also has an event that's coming up at the Columbus Museum, where she's going to be speaking as well. We have a walk-in legacy in our city.
We do.
Full of knowledge. Beautiful lady inside and out. So I will share those details later in this post here, so that we can make sure we can show up and attend if we're available to attend.
Okay.
Because it's sure to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's all I had for my community news section. And good stuff like that. You had anything else, honey?
I just want to say, if this is your first time joining us, welcome. For our day ones who've been here and been supporting since day one, we appreciate y'all. If y'all would right now, share this with your friends and family. Also, when we have this conversation on Candid, hopefully the conversation doesn't stop here.
Yeah.
And it, continues with, in the barbershop, in your living room, et cetera, et cetera.
And agree to disagree. That's how we learn. That's how iron sharpens iron. Like, everybody has a perspective, and once you are, have courage to share that perspective, somebody else learns something that they didn't know, or they open their mind in a way that it wasn't open before. So it's all about learning, and it's all about, growing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So share your comments, because again, it comes with the territory. Like you said, when you're in the public eye, there is a responsibility that comes with how you conduct yourself and carry yourself, or what have you. And of course, on the page, I shared, like, Miss Nene Leaks, what's her name? Yeah. She got on similar, same thing. It's the illusion of nude, but she at the bar or a party. So, what is it going to be for us? Is the church separate or not? Or is it blended in with everybody else? And is it okay? Because a lot of people agreed that it was just okay.
A lot of people felt like it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
they know better.
Well, If you're in a certain position,
if you're in a certain age too, you didn't come up from no church where that was acceptable, and it didn't matter if she wasn't in the church.
Yeah.
Most of the ladies, if they could find some other pictures of the ladies that were there that, other than the ones that we could see, none of them were dressed like that. They came with dignity and pride, so not look at me. So you can be beautiful, but that doesn't mean you have to show all of your body or give the illusion that you're showing your body. That doesn't mean you have to show all of your curves. There is femininity and beauty in not having to do all of those things.
Yeah. And you know, the church has been getting a lot of backlash lately. As of late, there's been a lot of backlash.
Right.
You know, as far as the church is concerned.
Is it serving any purpose these days? Because people are still, I mean, it is rapid, the amount of people out here that thought that was okay.
Listen, it's each his own, you know what I mean? But again, you know, there's certain expectations that comes with certain positions. So
yeah,
you can't be in that position and then not expect people to be taken aback or
right.
or frustrated or upset.
And then
that
all
you're
those
representing
people that
way.
you know, my husband, he had. Listen, if your husband cares about you in the first place, right? They want you to conduct yourself and carry yourself with dignity and respect.
Right.
I mean, of course, you are beautiful and you are going to carry yourself well, but you shouldn't attract unnecessary, like, you know, let's zoom in, like, oh, all the hips are showing and, oh, is she naked? You know, you shouldn't attract that type of attention. A husband wouldn't want that type of attention to his wife, would they, honey? Because I'm not a man. I don't know.
I can only speak for me.
Well.
No. I don't know. No. For my, it's something, there's something, a saying that goes, for my eyes only, or for your eyes only. So.
Goodness.
Yeah, that's what I
yeah, so that part too, it was a little bit of just disheartening to see people talking about, you know, kudos for him taking up for his wife. He wouldn't have never had to take up for her in the first place had they practiced some discernment and just some common sense.
Yeah, so to each his own.
Yeah. Okay, honey, so where are we moving on to next? We love to hear your comments and your thoughts about
we have
that.
Community.
So we got education and politics up next.
Oh, let's do politics.
Oh, you ready to roll into the politics?
I'm ready to roll into politics.
Okay, all right. Look alive, look
ready
alive,
to roll
look alive.
into politics. And I hope y'all are registered to vote. If you're not registered, you still have time to register.
Yeah.
If you are registered, make sure your information is correct, your address, everything.
Yes.
So because they are suppressing votes.
Right, even if it is correct, right? Even if you have a full-blown home, you know, make sure you're doing everything you can just to check your mail, because there's some new updates on the mail. UPS, the post date criteria has changed. So now that you can drop something off at the post office, and that would have been the postmark, now it's whenever it gets to the processing center that they enter it, that it becomes the postmark. So that can make something late, because if you dropped it off on Monday and then it doesn't get in the system until Wednesday, that can make something late. Yeah.
So make sure you're doing your part. Make sure you are.
That he wants a woman that he can rush home to see. Help today. Well, what does that mean?
Well, hey, like I said, to each his own. But you don't get to do that being in that position. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I don't understand. So rush home to see when he's with her?
Why?
Meaning that she's sexy all the time? Is that what you're saying, Dr. Purnell?
Yeah, Dr. Purnell, just, elaborate a little bit more, but that's what I get out of that. Like,
So isn't there like a little statement, a lady in the streets and something else in the sheets or something else?
Yeah.
Like, has that went out the window?
It has gone out the window.
So, like, where are we at
going
in
out
2020?
Well, it's not totally gone, because
honey,
you still
don't do that.
But Claire Huxtable was a prime example of sexy and classy at the same time. Like you don't have to show it all. At least
and
older generations. Another one.
Ooh,
older generations.
Dress.
Yeah.
She can dress the best of the best at the top. And she always led by example. There was no kind of foolery. And she's not, I mean, you know what I'm trying to say. That wasn't a Christian office.
Yeah, she's not a first lady. She's not.
That she was holding. She's not a pastor.
Right.
And not a Christian office that she was holding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what if she did show up to a meeting?
They was having a problem with her arms being out.
Yeah. Right.
They were having a problem with her arms being out of shirts, like short sleeves.
Yeah.
So, imagine. So, getting into the politics and the voter empowerment, make sure you register to vote. Make sure you know which district you reside in as regards to city council areas. let's see, he doesn't want a first lady. He looks like this Little House on the Prairie. I did see that. I sure did see that too. Help today. Well, listen, those Little House on the Prairie girls are pretty too. So it just depends on who, who it is.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. So yes, please make sure you know which districts you reside in so you can vote for your district council members who are up for re-election. The next city council meeting is going to be Tuesday, January 13th. It's 9 a.m. It's a morning meeting.
Okay.
And real quick, just to go over the candidates that we know for sure are running for mayor. Can you have it on your I sent it to you.
I do have it.
For mayor, we have several people. And right now, I have no idea who Jonathan Jones is. If anybody knows who Jonathan Jones is that's running for mayor, haven't seen any social media for him, any web pages or anything. But the rest of them...
And he's new, right? He's new to the...
No, he's been on the list.
He's declared?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you can find this information on the Muskogee County registration and voter page. But yeah, he's been on there. It's just, he's stealth right now.
Okay.
So you want to list some of those people who are running for mayor?
Yeah, so we have Dr. Right, Jakeisha Bryant?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Dr. Jakeisha Bryant.
Yes.
Joanne Cogle.
Mm-hmm.
Byron Hickey.
Yes.
Isaiah Hughley.
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Jones.
Yes.
Steve Kelly and Mark LaJoy so far have all declared.
Yes, and so those are all the people that we have. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 people that have declared that are running for mayor. And then we also have for City Council District 1, currently appointed to that position was Mr. Hickey. We have 2 candidates, Miss Simi Barnes, which is the daughter of the late Pop Barnes, and then Karen Gaskins. And I believe she has a police background and is a native of Columbus.
Okay. And that's all District 1, correct?
Yes, that's all District 1.
Okay. City Council District 3, Bruce Huff is the incumbent. He's currently sitting in the seat, and running against him is Zach Lee for District 3.
And Zach is a native of Columbus.
He is a native of Columbus.
And
he has a film and entertainment background.
Yeah. Okay. So far, those are the people who have, declared the intent for those areas for District 3 and District 1. And then for District 5, we have Charmaine Crafts, who is also currently sitting in the seat. And then we have a contester, which is Robert Watkins. And I hear that he is also a native of Columbus, and he's a lawyer, he's an attorney.
Okay.
And then for City Council District 7, it would be on the next one. District 7.
We have Chris Kelly and Becca Sajak.
Yes.
Sajak.
Yes.
So, yeah, Chris Kelly, if I'm not mistaken, he's a Columbus native.
Yes.
Becca Sajak is not. I think she's from Detroit.
Yeah, something like that. Went to school
Yeah,
in
I think
Ohio.
she's from the Midwest somewhere. But so yeah, those are the 2 candidates for District 7 running.
Right. And then the final for City Council is the District 9 at large. And we have Dr. Cook, we have Dr. Marsh, we have Dr. Van Dorn, and then we don't know if Mr. Anchor is going to throw in his
I very much doubt it.
race to run as well. But all of those are running for District 9. And so we ask that you do your due diligence, that you check out their web pages, that you see past the fluff and the rhetoric, and you look at their receipts.
Right.
Because I can't stress enough that we have a president who is reckless in office right now.
I would have to
and
agree.
If that doesn't make anybody alarmed enough to pay attention to why it's important to vote, it really should. It really should. And I also want to note that You know, in some of our council seats, right?
Mm-hmm.
They tell us it's nonpartisan.
Mm-hmm. Take your time.
But of course, we know it's not.
Okay. Listen, I'm glad you brought that up because I have a question for our folks today.
Okay. You want to go ahead with your question?
If you don't mind.
Go ahead.
So, and please put your comments. Please, we need your feedback. It's greatly
Yes.
appreciated. So, as African Americans or Black people,
Mm-hmm.
how do y'all feel about voting for someone just because they're Black? Now, I watched a documentary last night on Barack Obama, and it basically chronicled when he was running for president in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And they were interviewing people at different rallies, and some people were saying, well, I'm not voting for him. Well, Black people were saying, I'm not going to vote for him just because he's Black.
Mm-hmm.
So how do y'all feel about that? Like, and I say that, and I bring that question up because I feel like some of our folks don't want to move the culture forward, or are not forward thinking. And what I mean is, how is that serving humanity as a whole? I'm not talking about just our culture, but how is that serving humanity as a whole if we're just doing things just because the person looks like us?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to be qualified. Their resume doesn't have to be impeccable. But just because they look like us, I'm going to vote for that person. Now, is that a detriment, or is that, how's that helping our people?
Okay.
So, but yeah, I bring that up because I think that's a serious, and it's a serious question, and it's a valid question, because for me personally, I realized not only by looking back at history, but looking at the current climate in America and in the world, we need representation from every culture at the table, because this is a human problem. Like, I have human rights, not civil rights. You see what I'm saying? Like, people are focusing on their civil rights being violated. What about your human rights? So I have human rights before I have civil rights. But as a people, we need to come together as a people.
Yeah, but we didn't have human rights, and that's why we had to fight for civil rights, honey.
Well,
we were 3/5 considered 3/5 of a person here in the United States. So there are foundationally systematic concerns and issues that lead, like, laws just don't come out of the air. When people speed too much and people are dying and there's harsh consequences, then they put speeding limits in, and you're going to get a ticket if you do this. Well, for our culture, all the things that have been developed to try to help us is because there's so much that was done to hurt us. And that includes our human rights. We weren't even considered full humans. So I agree with what you're saying, but I also, I hold our elders responsible, and they can tell us that people don't want to listen, or the generation today don't listen or sit down, because what happened to the process of molding young people from a young age? Like, you don't just wake up and decide you want to run for office. It should be a passion or something on the inside of you that was already there a long time.
Yeah.
Like, you're already doing community service, which there's a difference between public service and community service, but you're already doing community service. You're already serving people without the title or the position.
Right.
This is a consistent thing. It just is who you are. That part, when that's missing, I have a problem with that. And I can't just vote for you because you're Black.
Okay.
And where are our elders? Like, you encourage these people to run, but have you prepped them? Have you prepared them? Have you taught them anything about budgeting, policies, or anything? Because right now we have candidates who don't know the policy.
They don't know the city charter. They don't know the local
wide
laws
open,
and codes.
and it's obvious. So why would we vote for you?
Right, and that's a legitimate question. That's what I'm saying. Like,
and we know you don't know. We know that it's another alternative motive that you're running for, because it's not because you know the policy, you know the charter, or that you have a public service mindset. It's a position, it's a status, it's a checklist on your pathway of success, and that is not going to cut it.
Yeah, that's not okay. But that's why I'm asking the question. Like, you know, I think it's a serious question that needs to be asked, because I feel like the culture cannot move forward because we're still looking back. Mm-hmm. Yes, you can look back at, you know, what our ancestors did and what those who came before us did. Yeah, that's good to do. But the trauma part for me is the reason why I feel like our people can't move forward, because we keep talking about or making it seem like all white people are racist. And that's not the case.
I don't agree.
That's not the case. Like, all white people are not racist, just like all black people are not criminals. All black people don't like chicken. You know what I mean? These are stereotypes. Mm-hmm. So I like to meet people where they are. If I meet you, I want you to judge me by my character. And I'm going to do the same for you. So I'm not putting everybody into a box, but I said all of that to say,
that's how we behave, but that's not how most people behave, honey.
But why would we care about how most people behave? And I disagree, because systemic racism is a small minority of people in this world. Not the majority of people are racist. And I have facts to prove that. But yeah, the majority of people are not racist in this world. Case in point, I watched a documentary on Barack Obama. How could he get into office if the majority of people are racist? How could he win? I saw black people crying when this man won. And I saw white people crying. And I saw Asian people crying. So what does that say? So the narrative needs to be changed, because I think this narrative of racism, it needs to be stopped. Yes, there is racism. Yes, there are people who are racist, but not the majority of people are racist. So we need to stop perpetuating this narrative.
Who was he running against the first time?
What does that have to do with anything?
It has a lot to do with it, honey.
Meaning?
Who? A woman, right?
Meaning what?
America is not ready for a woman president. That's what it means. So you chose your poison. Pick your poison. How does that go? How does it say, honey? Pick your poison?
Yeah.
Yes, America is not ready for a woman president, and therefore he was the only other choice left, honey. Yes, because imagine it had been somebody else that was running against him. It's not likely that he would have won.
Well, listen, my question is simple. My question is simple. Is the majority of people in this country racist?
I don't know, but many of them are.
Okay.
Many of them are.
I disagree. I don't think that many people are racist. Okay. I think that's just a narrative that's being perpetuated to continue to cause people to be divisive. If we truly want our country and our world to move forward, we have to stop this narrative of divisiveness and racism and pulling out the racism. We understand that slavery happened. Slavery was bad. It was traumatic. You know what I'm saying? And it's not to take away or make light of how traumatic slavery was. But at the same time, we have to move forward. You cannot heal when you still.
Who is we?
I'm talking about the human race.
Okay, so
I'm not talking about just our people. I'm talking about as humans.
Because how can we move forward as African American people in this country when racism, systematic racism, still exists? Whether it's a few people or not, the system of it exists in banks, schools, and processes that we access and don't have equality to. So that is the issue. So you can say Billy and Becky are not racist and they like black people, but there's a system that supports them over us. It's embedded into how things run here in America.
Well, see, that's what I'm talking about. The them versus us narrative is why we cannot, as a human family.
I said a system.
But we understand that systemic racism still exists. Mm-hmm. That's not my argument. It's still there.
Okay.
But this narrative that us against them or them against us, that needs to be stopped.
Well,
because racism, yes, we have racist people. That's a fact. That some people are racist. But the majority of people in this world are not racist. They're not racist. And until we come together as a human family, we're going to keep being divided, and we're going to keep perpetuating this narrative that, oh, those folks are racist, or those folks did this to my people, or those we understand what our people went through.
We have racism going on right here in Columbus now. So for you
Okay.
to say human, I get it, and that's like utopia. Like that's like
No.
But we have racism going in behind the scenes in systems right here in Columbus.
But is it the majority of
and
Columbus?
Who do you address for that? Now, I'm not saying it's the majority, but it is
Okay,
enough.
so why perpetuate
No,
the fact
it is
that there's
enough.
racism?
It is enough. It is enough. So, okay, and this goes to my point. When I talk about nonpartisan, is it's a figment of the imagination that they want us to have, because when a person sits in that
Who is
seat,
they?
Whoever, when a person sits in that seat, they will take their morals and values and their party alignment with them to that seat. Prime example, District 5. Trump went through Washington and cleaned up all of the homeless people.
Okay.
God knows where they are and what they did with them. Crab did the same thing. Put in ordinance to criminalize, what do you call this? Homelessness. He's firing African American people and people are having to fight for their job. Crab did the same thing right here locally, terminating. She is mirroring her alignment, morals, and values with her party.
Okay.
That man is racist.
Okay.
I can't say she is, but I can infer based on her behavior of calling clergy how do you say it?
Mafiosos.
Mafiosos, and painting them out to be criminals, that she has a disdain for African people, African American people, but she likes those that know how to behave.
Okay.
So that is nothing new under the sun in the South.
I get it.
So that's all I'm saying. Like, we can't pretend that the system
Who's
of
pretending?
it. I'm saying humans can't pretend that the system of it is not here, because it is. We're not just upset and just out of shape and just, talking about it for no reason, honey.
And I'm not disputing that racism still exists. I'm not disputing that systemic racism is still a problem.
Okay.
But the issue I have is, and I'll give you this example. So when two people are dating, one of those people may have been abused previously by their ex, whether it was their spouse or their ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. So how can you move forward in a relationship with someone else if you're still dealing with the abuse or the trauma that you dealt with in your past relationship? So apply that to racism in America or in the world. How can we move forward as a country? How can we move forward in the world if people are still dealing with unhealed trauma?
Right. And what triggers unhealed trauma? Because most times people will work through whatever issues they have, but they become triggered when they see the same stuff, different cast, same script.
No,
honey.
if you're triggered, you're unhealed. You're unhealed because
you
again,
can have common sense and see things for what they are and
I
be
agree.
healed, honey.
I agree. If you encounter racism, you point it out. I agree with that.
Yeah.
If you encounter it.
Yeah.
But for you to keep trying to say or generalize white folks.
Who does that though?
That's what you're saying.
No.
And that's what people are saying when they say systemic racism, and they say things like these folks are trying to keep us from this or keep us from that. We understand that systemic racism still exists. We still understand that there are certain people who are racist.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I get that.
Okay.
But how can we move forward if we don't have representation or allies from each culture? Like, we have to do this collectively as humans. We can't do this collectively just as black folks or just as white folks, because the Panthers tried that. And they were arrested and they were sent to prison and they were killed.
And now what do you call that? What kind of
behavior?
What kind of behavior do you call that?
That's systemic racism. That's trying to protect the system.
Okay.
Okay, so but what I'm saying is they didn't try to reach out, or they didn't have if you were white, you couldn't be a Black Panther.
Of
So
course not.
okay, so that's what I'm saying. You cannot.
You couldn't trust them, and they was corrupt, and they was dangerous.
All white people.
The ones that needed to.
We're not talking about
to be discussed. Yes, honey.
But,
at that time.
But my question is, did the Panthers, were they successful?
No. And
they weren't successful in part because of systemic racism, and they were trying to do it alone. We can't do it alone.
And in this country, in this United States, it was not designed for us to succeed and be successful in this nation, honey.
But how long are we gonna beat that dead horse?
It's the truth.
And keep saying,
but
such and such did this to me. But such and such, you can't heal that way.
No, that's not the point.
But such and such did this to me.
That's not the point. It's not the truth. They have not acknowledged they've acknowledged what they did to the Jews. They've acknowledged what they did to Japanese. They've acknowledged what they did to the Native Americans.
Okay.
They tell us to get over it.
I get that.
400 and something years of slavery. They tell us to get over it. They lynched, burned down everything we tried to build, took land, everything. They want us to get over it. And then it is subliminally, systematically in the systems that operate within this United States. So it's just, I get what you're saying. And I think as a race of people, we have been very kind and very nice and very forgiving.
Okay.
And that is the problem.
No, I don't think that's
the problem.
I don't think that's the problem.
Because when they can sit publicly and call people criminals.
Who is they?
Crab, District 5. Do you want me to continue to have to say her name?
I don't want you to have to say her name.
Publicly, and call criminals and vilify African American leaders, and then turn around and welcome all the Caucasian people that fill those chambers for animals. They don't care about us.
You see, right there.
For animals.
Right there.
We have a problem.
It's not they don't care about us. It's the individual who doesn't care.
No, she represents.
No.
She represents people. Yes.
So that means all whites are racist.
I didn't say that.
That's
don't do me like that.
Okay,
you can't say always, things of that nature.
Well, you
we
said
know that's
they.
not true. Yeah, and I'm talking about her and the people she represents, honey.
Who does she represent?
Listen, okay.
Well, I'm just asking these questions because, again, this narrative that all white people are racist.
Nobody said that.
All white people don't want us to have nothing.
Nobody said that. I have a Miss Pam on my page right now that I love very much. She was my Toastmasters lady. I love her and her husband.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I do.
Somebody can easily say, well, I have one black friend, so
well,
I'm not racist. That don't mean a thing.
Of course, honey. But so, again, I don't like to do that. But you understand what I'm saying. But that's okay.
Make sure y'all put it in the comment section. And this is, like I said, this is a legitimate question because I feel like we cannot move forward.
And you went from being the person that we need our own.
We do.
We need to
that
support
doesn't
our
change.
own.
That does not change.
Because you're talking different language right now.
That has nothing to do with racism.
Yeah, it does.
No, because you got to take care of your home first.
No. The home is all the human beings.
It is.
No.
It
so
is.
Yeah, all the human beings. Support all of the humans in their stores, not just ours.
But our neighborhood is marginalized.
No.
Our neighborhood
Why?
is left behind.
But why?
Because of systemic racism.
Okay.
But I'm not saying all people are racist.
No, neither am I.
You just said they.
When I say they, I mean the racist. The racist, not those that are not.
Listen, are y'all please chime in because, like I said, this discussion needs to be had because, like I said, the narrative continues to be perpetuated and pushed and keeping our people divisive.
No.
Yeah, it's keeping people divided.
Honey, no.
It's not us against them. It's those who are for peace, justice, freedom, and equality against those who are not for those things.
How you say the name, honey?
What?
Abolitionists.
Okay.
We had those people in slavery. They helped with the Underground Railroad.
Okay.
It was a few of them. It was not the majority of them.
But that's not a fact, though.
So, honey, why?
That's not a fact.
Why?
That's not a fact.
And even when they made it to the North, they were still treated badly. They still were treated less than. So what are you trying to say?
Why is your position? We will. But why is your position? Why is your position them and what they did to us?
Listen, when I say them, I mean specifically those who are racist and who benefit from the systematic racism in place. That's what I mean. If they are not, it does not apply to them.
Okay, so
Period.
so all I'm saying is the majority of people are not racist. That's all I'm saying.
I ain't gonna say the majority. I'm gonna say some are not.
And that will be why, as the human race, we can't move forward.
But that's not our fault.
I'm not saying
it's not our fault. It's the racist people's fault. That's whose fault it is.
But you have to call those out when you encounter them. You can't just say, listen, racism is there's systemic racism, and then you have individuals who are racist. Only those who are in power
right.
perpetuate systemic racism.
Right.
I'm talking about the everyday person that you run
Speak
into.
on that. Right.
The everyday person that you run into is not racist.
Okay.
I don't care. You can be in the most deep South. That does not mean
they are prejudiced.
But that's across the board. People are prejudiced and racist.
Okay, but some of them,
but not the majority.
Some of them, their prejudice will get you killed.
Okay.
And it won't. And my prejudice won't get them killed and hemmed
But
up.
why
honey.
push that narrative though?
It's the truth.
Why push that narrative?
It is the truth.
But do we want to move forward and
but
grow?
It's the truth, sir.
But do we want to move
and
forward?
It's the truth.
It can be the truth.
Okay.
Like the truth can still exist.
Yes.
But also, do we want to move forward?
I'm tracking. But
like if somebody cheated on you, you can live the rest of your life bitter. But at some point, do you want to move forward? Forgiveness is not for the other person. So if that's the case,
honey,
we can't keep talking about what they did to us.
Listen, so in those instances, when you are in a relationship with somebody that cheated on you, you chuck the deuces.
Right, but when you try to move forward.
And you move on.
Oh, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so as a people, how do we move on?
But if you are still in that relationship and you are still with the cheater, there's resentment, and you seeing things that are triggering you, and you seeing things that are reminding you that may look like the person is doing it again, you can't get out of that situation. That's what we have here, honey.
That is not what we have here.
Yes.
Because we're dealing with individuals. We're dealing with
we're dealing with a whole system, honey.
But the system is not going anywhere, though.
So you mean to tell me Mr. Alton Russell, he successfully,
he's a part of the problem.
Elderly man, suppressed or challenged 4,000 votes by himself.
He didn't do it by himself. His organization and the people that he represents, those people, like I'm talking about right now, those people are part of the problem. Yeah. But all white people are not suppressing votes.
We know that.
All white people are not evil.
We know.
All white people are not racist.
We know that.
We can leave it there. We can leave it there. We have to do a part 2.
We know it, honey.
We can do a part 2. Please share this. Thumbs up. Please share this and continue the conversation.
Yes, and this is why we need our elders, and this is why we need conversation like this.
But we don't need bitter elders.
Nobody's bitter, honey.
Yes.
No, nobody's
Some of the
bitter.
elders are not healed. Yeah, they're not healed. Like, what side of progress do you want to be on? Like, I just laid it out. If you're unhealed, you're part of the problem.
Okay, honey.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Okay, because well, you said we're gonna do a part 2.
Listen, not all white folks are racist.
Listen,
just like all of our people are not for us.
You're right.
Okay, then. So you gotta look at it objectively on both sides.
Just some. You can't say all, just some.
That's what I'm saying. All.
You can't say all though, honey.
You can't say all because we know that's a fact that not all white people are racist, and just like not all blacks are criminals. We know that's a fact. So yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll leave it there and move on. What's next?
So we did say the city council meeting is coming up on Tuesday, January 13th.
Hold on. Is the chat still alive?
Yes.
Can we get a thumbs up or something? It ain't nothing moving. We ain't got not one comment, not nothing. We need to make sure that y'all are hearing us and engaging us.
Yes. I don't know.
Your opinions
people
matter.
are afraid to talk with us or what be going on, but the views are like all up there in the hundreds and the thousands. But whatever. Yeah. So again, city council meeting is on Tuesday, January 13th at 9 a.m. So if you want to be on the public agenda, make sure you get it in that Friday prior to that Tuesday by noon. And then also they have a wonderful Facebook page, so you can follow and get updates there. Yeah. They put the agenda there and any attachments or whatever that you might need for the meeting.
And make sure you know what the Robert's rules. If you're gonna go and attend or get on the agenda, make sure you know the rules to the game before you play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's start with the city council members because most of them don't know the Robert's rules. How about that? I'm just saying, honey, if you're going to say it, you can't. The Robert's rules do not apply to the citizens. It applies to the city council members, and they don't know.
Right. But if you don't know either,
well,
they can tell you anything and you'll believe it.
They need to know. I know they need to know.
Well,
but
both needs to know.
You're right. So, yes. And then also, I want to go back to that nonpartisan. I want to just make very much sure that we understand, right? Powers as they be, or however they want to name it, systematically, nonpartisan, those seats will sit human beings who have morals and values and a party alignment. Please don't be afraid to ask who they voted for about certain questions, have certain questions so you can understand if they're going to represent you to the best of their ability. Because nobody could have told me that we would have voted for a city council person to criminalize homelessness before they even put a task force or anything in place to provide a place for them to live. Nobody can tell me that we would have voted for that. So please, it's so important that we pay attention. Now, October 14th, we had that CCG internal audit report. Let's see, I think it's about 29 pages. So, yeah, 28 pages. The gentleman gave the city council, he did an audit, a risk assessment of all of the departments. They called that what did I tell you it was called? The audit universe? Yeah, audit universe, which is all of the different areas in the government. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but we went through this, read and highlighted everything that was important. So they looked over 11 areas, and 6 of those 11 areas were in critical condition. So we've had 5 city council meetings since October 14th. And we have not received a timeline of when they plan to fix anything. Audit schedule of what they plan to do.
Like metrics.
Nothing. Nothing. And I'm going to tell you who that falls on. The city council members, right? They are derelict in duty. They are worried and distracting us about, we need a city manager. But they're not doing their oversight duties as they should. They have ran this government as elected officials in reactionary mode for the longest. And when we vote this time, because we cannot afford another 4 years of reactive leadership, incompetence, really. A lot of them, I feel like they have no idea really how to sit in that seat and govern effectively.
Well, that's what I mean, and that's what we talk about. People have to be qualified to be in the seat. And that's why you have issues like that when you have people representing a district, representing the constituents, and they don't have the knowledge to represent the people. So
not at all.
That's when you run into problems like this.
Right. So when I say we read through, went through, highlighted it, because, I'm particularly a meticulous person.
You are.
And made sense of it. They're pointing the finger at everybody else so that we don't pay attention to the job that they're not doing.
And that's accurate. I mean, again, people have to vote. Voters have to do their part. So the people have to get out and vote. And these candidates have to be properly vetted. Like, that's the only way that you can get a city council are competent and qualified. Like, they have to be properly vetted. You can't be putting people in there because you know them, you like them, the color of their skin, so forth and so on. Because
that's how we lose as a people when they're not informed.
As a what?
As a people. As a culture. As a people. As a culture. When we choose to vote for people who look like us, but they don't have the experience. They don't have any type of skill at all to bring to that seat. So they could be sitting there, language is going over their head.
Right.
Information is going over their head. They don't know whether to vote for it or not vote for it because they have no clue what's going on. And we do not want that type of mishap in this election.
Right. I agree. Yeah, that's the only way to move forward, and that's the only way for us to grow as a city, is for people to be properly vetted, be qualified, and for people who actually care about the concerns of the citizens.
And it's not to discourage anyone, but
not at all.
It's for me, it's like if you want to be a school teacher, you go to school, you learn the skills, you get your certification, so that you're going to be effective and that you don't hurt the students.
That part.
Once you get in that classroom.
Say that word again.
Effective.
Thank you.
So that you don't hurt the students once you get in that classroom, because you don't know how to teach them well. That's the whole point. When you go to become a lawyer, there's systems to that. There's a process to that. There's a bar to that.
Right.
So that you just don't get in there and half step and misrepresent somebody and hurt somebody because you don't know what you're doing. Same thing here.
Right.
So I'm not saying, we're not saying this to discourage, but do your work. Do your work. Do your work. Make sure you know and have read the charter. Make sure you know, and this is what they taught us in the Army. You don't have to know everything, but you need to know where to find it.
Right.
Right? And so when we would have our tests to move up from schooling or whatnot, things would be highlighted. There'd be the little tabbies in there. So you could easily, because you've read through it, and you can easily find what you need. That's what we're saying. People are coming to these meetings, and they are unprepared.
Right.
Either I was out of town, I didn't get a chance to look at my packet. You know, they're asking a whole bunch of questions because they didn't take the time to do it prior. So it's very, very important that if you're going to do it, you do it in excellence. At least you try. So she says the charter does not explicitly address what roles and duties are of city council. Do your due diligence. Absolutely.
So I agree.
Hey Denise, how you doing, beautiful?
That everybody should, like you said, you got to do the work. Like, you know, you want somebody to come work for you, whether it be a lawn service, whether it be a mechanic, whether it be you're applying for a job. You want the best person for the job. You know what I mean? So we do ourselves a disservice if we're going to just vote for somebody or put somebody in the seat based on relationship, not qualifications. To me, that's the injustice and the disservice right there.
She says it addresses their power and the qualifications, but nothing in depth like that for mayor and city manager. Okay, well, 2030 when the charter is coming up to be revised or updated or changed or whatnot, those are some serious concerns that need to be addressed.
Right. And if you are just joining us and you missed the segment where we talked about, you know, is it right to vote for someone just because you know them? Is it right to vote for someone just because they look like you, whether black, white, Asian? Is that okay? I was just telling my wife, I watched a documentary about the journey of Barack Obama on his way to the Oval Office. And in that documentary, his campaign was full. It was diverse. Like his campaign wasn't made up of just our people. It was Asians. And when he won, just like black folks was crying, white folks was crying, Asian people were crying, Hispanic people were crying. So if we're going to move forward as a country, if we're going to move forward as a human race, at what point do we lay our differences aside and focus on progressing?
I'm going to let you slide with that part.
Moving forward.
I'm going to let you slide with that part.
Yes, systemic racism is alive and well. Yes, what happened to our ancestors is tragic. Yes, there are racist people. But not everybody, not all whites are racist.
Nobody ever said that, honey.
But that's the narrative that's being pushed, though.
Who?
What I'm saying, so
what and when and where, honey?
It's all out in the open. This narrative that us against them or them against us. It's evident with the president and all the chaos that's going on with that. It's evident.
That he's racist?
It's evident that this is still a problem, and people are choosing sides instead of choosing the side of right. Like, I'm for who wants what's right, and I'm against those who are perpetuating wrong. That's as simple as I can put it.
Okay, and so my point to what you said about Barack Obama, our former president.
Okay.
Yes, he had a lot of people, different ethnicities, supporting his mission and vision and who he was and what he was going to bring to the table. Okay. He also had experience. He also had been working in government and education and all those things to bring to the table. So it wasn't as if he was an unqualified candidate or, because right now we have a criminal in the White House.
Well, I'm not talking about that aspect of it. I'm just talking about it was people supporting him that didn't look like him. Understood. And it was people who were emotional and crying who didn't look like him when he won. Right. So if that's the case, we got to stop pushing this narrative that, because, white people did this to us or because of systemic racism. Yes, we understand those things exist. Mm-hmm. But in order to move forward, we have to be locked arm in arm with Asians, with whites, with Hispanics. Everybody has to come to the table. Everybody needs representation at the table. That's all I'm saying. Okay. And it's okay to turn over a new leaf, because when you know better, you do better. So I'm constantly learning new things every day. And today, I realized that in order for us to move, I'm just saying.
You knew it before now.
But I'm just saying, in order for us to move forward as a human family, we all have to do this together against those who want to keep us, in the past.
Absolutely.
So that's all. That's the only message I'm trying to get across. Like, we understand that there are racist people. We understand that there's systemic racism. In spite of that, we still have to come together and, fight against those who are trying to keep us divided. Okay. So please put in the comment section. Please share this with your friends and family. Please keep the conversation going, because, feedback we enjoy. We need your feedback in order for us to, learn and grow and get better. So, make sure y'all put your comments in the comment section so we can definitely all learn something.
Right. Okay. And so then, you ready to move on from that?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
So moving into the education and the school board, they're also up for election for 2026. Their next school board meeting will be Monday, January 12th at 5 p.m.
Okay.
All right. And then, of course, you can find information on the Muskogee County voter registration page or whatnot, but no one has declared that they're running for re-election, but we also don't have any people who are, let me go back. Okay. No one has declared, no new people, because last Sunday I mentioned Abdullah.
Yes.
And so that was old, honey. It was old. I guess I was just super excited to see somebody running in that district, but that was not correct information. Okay. And Denise brought that to my attention. So we don't have any new people who have been declared. We just have the same people who are likely to still fill those seats and declare at some point. And that's District 2, Nikki Tillery. District 4, Naomi Buckner. Yes. And then District 6, Mr. Mark Cantrell. District 8, and I messed her name up so bad. Margot. And I'm not even going to do the last part. And then also school board, District 9 at large, Dr. Kia Chambers. So those are the persons whose seats are up for re-election, but no one has officially declared that I know at this point that they're running for re-election or that someone's going to contest those seats. And that's all I have for the school board part. And it's just making sure that we kind of discussed in our last segment, Sunday, the last Sunday, what to look for, what questions to ask as it regards those people who are, and you know, it's not likely that any of these candidates will be contested. They'll get right back in those seats again.
The school board, okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, so that's that. And I think I went over everything that I had on my notes to go over. Yes. But, you know, this is online.
Yeah. The audit, the
yeah,
government audit universe.
Yes.
For Columbus.
Yes. So make sure it's that you read through it, that you see the areas that were mentioned and talked about. There's 11 of them that are red flags. 6 of them were critical, and the other one were high risk as well. The other 5 were high risk as well. And so what the city council is responsible for is oversight and governance. Okay, they make resolutions and they do ordinances and things of that nature, and so those are their inherent responsibilities as elected officials. And so this report was provided wide open by the gentleman on October 14th. And so as citizens, we deserve to know what's the action plan, what's the timeline for all of those areas that were considered critical in the red for our government. As taxpayers, it's just, to me, it's unfortunate, and it's reactive governance that by now we have not received any type of timeline on how they plan to fix those areas.
Yeah.
What they plan to implement.
Yeah. I don't think it's been, has that been highlighted or asked for? A plan? I don't think
I
anybody
know on
asked
the
for a
public
plan.
agenda, I asked for the timeline.
Okay, yeah.
I asked based on what they said. I asked, and that's another thing. It's just like, I don't know if those meetings are enough. You know, they have 2 meetings or however many
twice
meetings.
a month, right?
Yeah, a month, and it's so many pieces to the puzzle. There's so much going on behind the scenes. There's so much that comes out in the public meetings. And there's so much that people know. It's like, how did you know?
Yeah.
You know, that's going on, that when they say transparency, it's just not there for me.
Well, and that's why people have to do their own due diligence, because they're not going to do it for you. So, you know, you cannot expect somebody to do work for you. You know what I mean? So, yeah, they have a responsibility. But as citizens and the constituents,
we have a responsibility
too. So everybody has their part to do, and you know, so that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know.
And what I like about, because Denise, I don't know if she's still on here, but what I like about what she does is she mentions she goes to those school board meetings. I always see her also in the city council meetings, and then she goes back to her community, her sphere of influence, and she breaks down in the plain knowledge. And, you know, simple things, what went on during those meetings, so parents can get what they need and roll. Because most of them are not going to have time to sit in a meeting for 3 hours, especially when they have dinner and all kinds of things to do, or work or what have you in the evening. Same thing for city council. Most people can't make it at 9 o'clock, 5 o'clock. They have things going on.
Yeah.
So there are people out in the community that are sharing information, making it, you know, available to you. And so please check out Denise's page, Denise Cambridge, for those types of information. She's very factual about everything that she posts and she shares. And also do your own due diligence.
Right. We can't say it enough. We can't say it enough.
Yeah.
Listen, if you are on here watching us right now, please share this. Please give us a thumbs up. Especially if you find value in our content, you know, we appreciate it. Like I said, please share. Please continue the conversation with your loved ones, because we don't want it to just stop here.
Right.
And that's how that's how things get better, and that's how things change when people keep having conversations. So, you know, again, please share this. Please support all businesses, but especially African American owned businesses. Support your own.
Because support the human beings, honey.
Yeah, as a whole. But, you know, everything starts at home first. You know, sweep around our own front door before we sweep around somebody else's. So we got to clean up our own first, take care of our own first, and then we can go out and make change and join in and help others. But yeah, so make sure, again, that you are arming yourself with some knowledge and surrounding yourself by other people who have knowledge so that we all can learn. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're all part of the human family. But, you know, home is where the heart is.
Right.
So we got to take care of home first.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay. And something that I want to say as well is that as I was reading through this and this governance and setting the tone at the top, I still haven't seen that. I still haven't seen where city council and the mayor has taken this information that was provided to them seriously and pressed the reset button to set the tone at the top. It's the responsibility, according to these experts, of the entire elected body, the city council, the mayor, and the members of the governing body to set the tone. So he provided the marching orders. He provided exactly what needed to be done. What exactly are they waiting on? Because we're 5 meetings in since this information was put out.
So are you saying,
and if they don't understand and know what their job is,
the city
at
council?
this point, right. I mean,
Well,
who needs to teach them?
Well, there's a lot going on. If you've been following the city council, there's a lot of disruption. There's a lot of disagreement, which is fine if you disagree, but it's hindering things getting taken care of, like this audit, and it's hindering
transparency to the public.
And the constituents are not being heard because they're so busy focused on their own agenda. You know what I mean? With, I don't like this person, or I don't like that person, or, you know what I mean? So we definitely can't have that.
Right.
You know, that's stopping progress.
Right. So there's several things that needed to be updated. And so most of those council members, that's, you know, with the exception of those that's been there, that's recently been appointed, I don't expect for them to know, you know, too much. And those that are recently elected, you know, but the ones that are seasoned and who've been there for a while, some of this stuff just shouldn't be.
Right.
And so they have a responsibility for oversight to make sure that they're effective. So
I agree.
Yeah. And if they see things that are not working out properly or not being taken care of properly, they have a responsibility to speak up, communicate to the public, and then provide solutions. Not point the finger and not, you know, not handle what needs to be handled.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, we covered a lot today. Listen, we got a lot more next week. We got a lot more, maybe a part 2. But yeah, we covered a lot today. Of course, always we appreciate everybody who watches Candid Conversation, who shares Candid Conversation. We appreciate y'all. Make sure that you are voting informed. Make sure that you are doing your due diligence when it comes to voting. Make sure that you are registered to vote.
Yes.
Make sure that your information is correct. And we want you to look up True to Vote. TrueToVote. True to Vote. Make sure you look them up because they are suppressing votes in Columbus. Not only in Columbus, there's a lot of organizations across the nation.
Yes.
But they're suppressing votes and they're trying to control the vote. So make sure that you are looking up True to Vote, doing your due diligence, making sure you're registered to vote, and sharing information so everybody's informed about what's going on.
Right. So, I mean, candidates are really going to hit the ground. They hit the ground early this past year. Yeah. But they're going to hit the ground running now. And I really want you to pay attention to fluff, versus receipts. And
For sure.
Yeah, just making sure that you're making informed decisions. It's not because we like them. It's not because they're the same color as us. It's not because they're from Columbus. But it's because in this season, we really need people who have skill and experience to do what we need to do in our city and do it well.
That's right. So yeah, it's been a plum-pleasing pleasure, as always. Make sure y'all meet us back here next Sunday, same time, same channel, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. We'll be here. Yeah. Thank y'all for rocking with us. Support African American owned businesses.
What?
Make sure
Human businesses.
Support all businesses, but make sure you support African American owned businesses first.
What?
And then you can go support all other businesses.
Listen, we're going to have to do a part 2 because I'm confused.
Part 2 is coming. But yeah, we'll leave it there. Thank y'all so much. So yeah, you got anything else you want to add?
Nope, honey.
Nope.
Thank you.
Peace and love. We'll see y'all on the next go round. Share this. Thumbs up. Peace.
Yes. Come correct and don't come at all, folks. Candidates. That's what I'm talking about. Yes.